If you're watching this video, then you probably want to figure out how to become your own boss, how to leave your 9 to 5 and do your own business full time. Well, in this video, I'll break down the steps that I took in order to figure out what that number was for me. So anyway, let's go into it. Harvard did a study that found that people who wrote down their goals were more likely to achieve them than the ones who didn't. And in 2022, Rapid BI reported that 3% of the people who had specific written goals in that 1953 study accumulated more wealth than the 97% who didn't write down their goals. And the other percentage of them, the ones who had goals but didn't write them down, they ended up doing twice as better than the people who had nothing written down, nothing even in their head, nothing, right? So goals are very, very powerful. And I say that because I just had a call with somebody not too long ago, thinking about how they could transition from their job to their business full time. And it made me think, when I was in that position, what happened for me is I had to figure out, how do I do this in a way? Good morning, bro. How you doing, man? I had to figure out, how do I do this and what is that number? So it comes down to 3 main factors, right? Number 1 is setting a goal or having a target to shoot for, right? Number 2 is creating a plan. You have to create a plan to get to that goal. And number 3 is executing the plan, right? And I got plenty of notes right here, y'all. So y'all gonna see me looking down. I got some notes right here. I really want to get in this. And the simple formula was to just determine how much our monthly expenses was, and then figure out how to earn that plus more, right? We need to exceed that amount, right? So I did something right here, and it was as simple as coming up with a budget, right? Figuring out, all right, let's say, for instance, your rent is $1,600, right? We got internet, $70. We got car note for like $350. We got a phone bill for $100. You got health insurance, $200, electric, you got groceries, and you got gas, right? Now, for the simple example that I'm doing right here, we're coming out to a number of $3,545 per month, right? So if you got that number in expenses every single month, then I like to say this: you need to at least double that, or you need to at least do 1.5 times that, but it'll be great for you to double that amount, right? And this is give or take a couple of dollars, right? But you need to at least be able to double that amount. And that's what's going to tell you what you need in order to leave your day job, right? Because you need to be able to pay for your bills and your lifestyle, and then be able to have some money to put back, all that good stuff, right? So for this simple example, if we're going to double that number, we're going to look at that number, which is 3545 times 2. That's going to give us $7,090. This is not including sales taxes, right? So you'll have sales taxes that'll go on top of that number, but we're not including that into this example. This example is what you will be getting from your particular contracts every single month, right? So say, for instance, you get to that number, $7,090, right? You get to that number, you want to put back somewhere around 10 to 15% for taxes at the end of the year, right? Or if you do them quarterly, you could do that as well. And you would get with a CPA and have them do a quarterly estimate for you. Ask your CPA or your accountant, whoever you deal with, to do you a quarterly estimate and figure out, what do I need to be paying in every single quarter or at the end of the year, right? And you'll have certain write-offs that allow you to keep some of that money. But if you want to be safe, you want to at least be able to put back somewhere around 10 to 15%. So on this example, I'm doing 15%, right? So we got $7,090 minus 15% for taxes. That's going to leave you with $6,026.50, right? Do minus 10% of that every single month. So minus 10% of that $6,026.50 a month for supplies and overhead. And I'm saying that's your chemicals, that's new mop heads, that's new rags, that's insurance for your business, all that good stuff every single month, right? Once you pay for that stuff, you pretty much, you're good. This is what you're left with. You're left with $5,423.85 for that month, right? And then your expenses, your bills every single month is at $3,545. So that's leaving you with a surplus of $1,878.85. Now, this is a quick example, but y'all, if you have the goal and the desire to leave your job, it's as simple as coming up with what your expenses are, right? Go down the line, figure out everything that you spend every single month, right? Go down the line and figure out what that number is. What is that number for you? Is it $3,000 a month? Is it $4,000 a month. Some people out there may be single, you may be doing your own thing, you might not have too much of high anything, right? And I would say the optimal number for us was about $6,000, right? I think at the time we were trying to figure out how to do this, we needed to make about $6,000. So that was getting either three $2,000 a month contracts, or that's two $3,000 a month contracts, right? And you just got to figure it out. Play with the numbers, experiment, and see what will work for you. And if you get any value out of this, by the way, give me a like on this one. If you got any questions, ask me some questions, because I wanna really dive in deep into this. Like, what are your goals? Do you have any goals like that are going to pull you and propel you to the future, right? I got another example on here too. So I looked up the janitorial services industry market size right now for 2023 was $398 billion, right? And we're projected to be at $633.18 billion by 2030. Now, all we need is a piece of that, right? We don't even have to have the whole thing. But if you want to be able to leave your day job and do this on a full-time basis, to be able to scale and grow a team, all that good stuff, it's this stuff that you got to do, right? Play with the numbers, figure out what is it going to take for us to be able to leave our job. And that's exactly what we did. We still do this every single month. Like my wife, she's much better with doing this. She'll sit down. Like, in fact, in order for me to get this example, I had to go to one of her old notebooks and figure out, all right, what do we be calculating, right? She'll go all the way down the line. We'll go from whether you got rent, you got mortgage, whatever. We'll put all that on there. We'll put what we project to do groceries, what we project for gas, electric, all that good stuff, right? Just put it all on paper. And what you could do too is go through your bank statements, the last 3-4 months of your bank statements, and just calculate, okay, what have I been spending every single month? And then that'll give you your number. And if you've been doing a whole lot of miscellaneous, like other stuff, you might have to cut some of that out. If that's what your goal is to get to a number to where you can leave your job, you might have to cut some of that stuff out for a minute and then figure out how I can double or exceed the amount that I have been bringing in. And then that's what's going to give you that confidence and that boost to like, all right, I can do this. I can leave my job. I can do this full time, right? So that's what I have for y'all. If I don't see any more questions on here, the next couple of minutes, I might get on off of here, because I told my wife I'll be on here real quick, because it's been on my heart, right? I've been wanting to share this, like ever since I had that conversation. I've been wanting to share this and figure out like what was it that actually caused us to do this. And it was a matter of having some goals and then focusing on that and then creating a plan and then executing that plan, right? So that's a matter of figuring out who you can help out and going to provide some services for. And then once you get to your number, you're really good. You can stop right there. You can keep going, right? But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get ready to go to the beach. I appreciate y'all for hopping on here with me and tuning in. I see I had some people on here, but I wanted to do this quick overview real fast to let y'all know that it is possible. It's just a matter of figuring out what that number is for you, and then you want to do a month and a half of that or double that number, and that's what's gonna get you to that dream of leaving your day job and doing this full time. So anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.